good winter, Cian. Won the Winter Championship at Lydd down on the south coast, and also at Buckmore Park as well. So Winter Championships during the off-season usually suggest good form going into the summer season in the National Championships. And in this national event, British Open Championship, for Honda Cadet, Cian Jewis, the 11 cart, is out front. Can he stay there though? Luke Wooder on the 3 cart and 6 cart. Sandy Mitchell may have something to say about that. Never mind the carts in behind them. Sandy Mitchell on the 6 cart's got an impressive CV. Orange helmet there in 3rd place currently. I said he was the Scottish champion last year. He was actually Scottish champion for the last 2 years, winning that S plate. He was a Scottish A plate champion as well. That's a series. And was the ABkC club champion, Scotland Kart Club champion in 2009 and 2010. 4th at Kart Masters last year, 6th overall in Super 1 last year, hence why he is running the 6 plate. In behind Sandy is the 68 carter Miles Apps in 4th place there. And then comes Morgan Porter just off the back of this group of 5. Got a little bit of work to do. He's got about 10 cart lengths you can see there to try and get onto the back of this group. That will be difficult. We'll hope they start battling and start overtaking each other. That will allow him to get closer. 63 is Jake Calvert, followed by Mark Kimber, Conor Grady. Then came Ronan Graves, Conor McCarthy on the 61 cart, and Craig Woods and Ben Thompson. Ben Thompson on that green cart, rounding out the field of drivers. At the front, it's still Jewis that leads it. Luke Wooder, we'll see his brother Dave in Minimax later on. Dave was 2nd in this class in the National Championships a couple of seasons ago. Luke hoping to go one better than his brother did for a bit of family honour. Sandy Mitchell on the 6 cart will also be a major contender in that British Championship series. But Miles Apps right on the back of Mitchell now, about to put him under pressure, and the 58 cart not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Matthew Hayden, black suit, white helmet, just on the back of that train, desperately trying to buy a ticket on the train. Here's the 52 cart there, Morgan Porter, got a bit to do, and 3 carts behind him swap positions. It was Calvert from Kimber and Grady. It's now Grady from Kimber and Calvert, 7th, 8th and 9th now respectively. The lead's not changed. It's been this way pretty much since the start. Cian Jewis out front, Luke Wooder the 3 cart, Sandy Mitchell is 6th, 68 is Miles Apps, then comes Matthew Hayden, with Morgan Porter still trying to get onto the back of this group. So you can just see him in the background there coming through the Ardell's hairpin. They go down to the bottom of the track here, through the stewardesses, out of the stewardesses up towards, over a little rise. There's that little rise, goes over that down into the right-hander here at St John's, left-hander then Sunny Bend. Overtaking opportunities on both of those corners if you're in the right position. See Morgan Porter still struggling to make up that gap. 63 Jake Calvert back into 7th place, back with the leaders. These 5 not really battling, and Morgan Porter, who's a good 20 cart lengths off the back of this train, will be saying to himself, please start overtaking, please start slowing each other down so I can get closer, give myself a chance of a win or at least a podium. Still Jewis that leads it. Wooder runs wide, that allows Sandy Mitchell down the inside. Miles Apps should go with him, push him through. He does. That should give him 3rd place. Luke Wooder has to settle for 4th. And Hayden up the inside. This is what Morgan Porter needs to do. So, needs to see rather. Matthew Hayden up the inside of Wooder, and Wooder's gone from 2nd to 5th in a couple of corners. It looks like Porter's too far behind to make any impression on this 5 in front. There he is, running out on his own. In 6th place, in 7th place, back into 7th. We've got a warning flag coming out. Not sure who that's for, but back into 7th was Conor Grady from Jake Calvert. I think Mark Kimber was in behind, so probably been a bit of contact in the midfield there for that 7th, 8th, 9th spot. Contact warning flag, certainly not seen anything with the leaders, so it must be for somebody in the midfield. How beautiful is this? What a setting this is. Natural amphitheatre here at the Lakeland Stadium in Cumbria. It's the only circuit we visit during the season where one camera position, this one here, right on the top of the cliff, if you like, can oversee every part of the circuit. Fantastic viewing, particularly for the spectators. Later in the race, you can see that out front we've got a two-way battle now. It's Jewis from Sandy Mitchell, the 6 kart, and in behind them is the 68 kart of Miles Apps. We've lost Luke Wooder. Wooder has dropped off the pace, and it looks like it's between Jewis and Sandy Mitchell now for the win. Cian Jewis, this would definitely be. He was 11th in the National Championship Super 1 Series last season. That was his first full season of karting, so it was an excellent performance by Cian, but he will be wanting to take this down and stick that O plate on his kart for the rest of the season. It is such a source of pride, but it's one of those events. It's a win or crash deal almost. You know, if you come second, yes, you finish second in the British Open, that's great, but you get a bit of a trophy, but you can't put a plate on your kart for it. He'd love to turn that 11 plate into an O plate, as would Sandy Mitchell though, and I've got to be honest, Sandy Mitchell is far more experienced. You see Luke Wooder there, well off the pace now. 58 is in the clutches, that's Matthew Hayden's in the clutches of Morgan Porter now. Porter not close enough to do anything about a podium, I don't think, unless of course, as we saw earlier, these two tangle. That's why third place again is very important. When you've got a battle out front and they're battling for the win, especially in this championship, when it's all or nothing really. You win, you put an O plate on your kart, you're British Open champion, you come second, you get a trophy, that's nice, but it's not the same thing. You want the O plate on your kart. Cian's mum and dad, Dawn and Paul, will have their hearts in their mouth at this stage, hoping beyond hope that he can hold on to this leading position. Sandy Mitchell's mum and dad, Steve and Julia, well, they're a lot more experienced. They've seen all this before, although this will certainly be the biggest win of Sandy's career. As you come through Paddock Bend one more time as we're approaching the business end of this race now. 2 laps to go as they go across the line this time. It's still Jewis that leads it from the 6 kart of Mitchell. Miles Apps coming under pressure from Luke Wooder now. Wooder will hope to get into third place. 23 and 99 battling. 23 Ronan Graves and Craig Wade, the 99 kart. Fastest lap's been put in by Luke Wooder. There he is, comes up the inside of Apps into the Idell's hairpin and takes third place. And that's the position you want. If you can't win and you're not close to the win, you've got to be in third, as I said earlier, in case something happens with the leading drivers. So come out of the Stuart S's for the penultimate time. Over the little rise, down into the right-hander at St John's. Left-hander, next left-hander is Sunny Bend. That brings you down to the last corner on the track, Paddock Bend, and Jewis is going to be thinking about defending now. Wooders in third. Is that battle for 7th, 8th and 9th, that one headed by the 25 kart of Conor Grady. We're into the last lap now though, as they come down to McRae's for the last time. The hairpin, Mitchell looking for the switchback. Cian Jewis goes narrow. He comes out of there. Now he doesn't, he's got a kart leg, doesn't need to defend, he's defending, doesn't need to do that. Mitchell will get him on the switchback if he's not careful. Here comes Mitchell alongside, coming down to the S's at the bottom of the circuit, and Cian Jewis has given up the inside line to Sandy Mitchell. He didn't need to defend, and here comes Luke Wooder. Wooder helps himself to second. Bit of contact between Wooder and the 6 kart of Sandy Mitchell, but Mitchell looks like he's got this one tied up, and Cian Jewis has given it all away, defending when he didn't need to, through the left-hander here at Sunny Bend, down to Paddock for the last time. Mitchell's got the win. Luke Wooder is not close enough, and Cian Jewis is only going to finish third. He's going to be gutted about that, and that's it, over the line. Sandy Mitchell happy, Cian Jewis hands in the air. I think he will know he's thrown that away. If you don't need to defend, don't defend. He defended narrow into the hairpin. That gave Sandy Mitchell the switchback opportunity and took it perfectly. Mitchell, Wooder and Jewis, the top 3. Cian, I know you're disappointed, third place, but just talk me through that race from your point of view.
Yeah, it was a good race. I got away with Sandy at the start, and we started to pull away, and I thought, brill, so we got away, and then on the last lap, I think I over-defended on the second hairpin, and then Sandy managed to get underneath me, and then also Luke got me down in, starting to the chicane, and then so I ended up coming in third, so it was okay.
I couldn't quite catch the leaders, so it was really tough, and well done to Sandy, and I'd like to thank RPM, Project One and DHR.
Sandy Mitchell, Scottish champion last season, British Open champion in 2012. That must sound really good to you.
Yeah, it feels great and I'm really happy.
Anyone you want to thank in particular?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Project One Racing and RPM.
And it was a close race, wasn't it? It could have gone either way. In the end, you came out on top. Just talk me through it from your point of view.
Well, it was very close at the start, but then me and Cian managed to get away from the rest of the pack, which helped a lot.
You learn more in adversity than you